Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Respect Religion, where we look to explore faith, its cultural differences, and meaning in today's world. I'm truly glad that you're here. Whether you're a regular viewer or just joining us for the first time, this channel is all about understanding, not judgment, and curiosity over conflict. Today, we're exploring something that touches the heart of spiritual practice around the globe: prayer. How do different religions pray? What do these sacred moments look like for a Muslim, a Hindu, a Jew, a Christian, for a Buddhist, or for someone walking a different path altogether? We will dive deep into 6 common major religions to try and cover the diversity of how humans get in touch with their chosen faith. We're not just looking at words and rituals here. We're exploring the deeper intentions, the silences, the gestures, and how they reflect each faith's relationship with the divine. So take a breath, center yourself, and let's take a journey into the sacred languages of prayer from around the world. In every corner of the map, people stop to pray, to give thanks, to seek guidance, to find peace. What's viewed as unusual to one culture can be deeply sacred to another. But what does prayer really look like across the world's religions? Is it always silent? Always spoken? Always the same? To begin, we will start with Christianity, where prayer is a personal conversation with God. It can happen in a church, at a park, or alone in your room. There is really no right or wrong place for a Christian to pray. Some churches, particularly in urban areas, open their doors for prayer during the week. Many Christians recite the Lord's Prayer or other verses that they personally connect with from the Holy Bible called Scriptures, while others just speak openly and freely while praying, sharing their hopes, fears, and expressing gratitude. A certain hand or body position is practiced by some, but not required. Many may kneel and put their hands together while praying. Others may just close their eyes and perform the prayer, still and silent. Catholics often follow structured prayers, using rosary beads and reading from prayer books. Protestants may pray spontaneously alone or aloud in small and large groups. Orthodox Christians chant ancient liturgies and often use icons during prayers. In all forms within the religion of Christianity, prayer is about the relationship with God. It gives a moment to stop the motion, to speak, to listen, to be heard. Moving along to the religion of Islam, where prayer is also called salah and practiced 5 times each day, or in some other traditions 3 times per day. Muslims face the direction of the Kaaba in Mecca during prayer. While the common misconception is that Muslims always pray facing east, that's only true if you're west of the Makkah. In the United States, the direction is east-southeast. If you are in Japan, you would face west-southwest, and if in South Africa, you would face north-northeast. Prayer holds a central place in the Islamic faith. It is considered the second of the 5 pillars of Islam for Sunnis, coming right after the declaration of faith, or Shahada, and is also recognized as one of the ancillaries of the faith in Shia Islam. Before performing any prayer, Muslims must complete wudu, a ritual washing to cleanse the body and prepare the soul. Prayers can be performed individually or in congregation. Each prayer consists of units known as rak'ah. They also include a specific set of physical postures, recitations from the Quran, and prayers from the Sunnah. Although some, like the Friday Jumu'ah prayer and Eid prayers, must be held in a group and include a sermon or khutbah. Each prayer includes specific verses from the Quran, combined with movements like bowing, kneeling, and prostration. Prayer in Islam is discipline, devotion, and a daily reminder of submission to Allah. Moving along to Judaism, prayer is woven into the rhythm of everyday life of a Jew. There are three daily prayers: Shacharit, the morning prayer; Mincha, the afternoon prayer; and Ma'ariv, the evening prayer. These services include core blessings and passages from the Torah, Psalms, and other scriptures. Traditional prayers are recited from the Siddur, and more than often in the Hebrew language. Two central prayers, the Shema and Amidah, express faith, gratitude, and a yearning for peace. Jews typically stand for key prayers like the Amidah, face Jerusalem, and sway gently, a practice called shuckling, to stay focused and engaged. Many Jewish men may wear a kippah, which is a covering on the back of the skull. Others will don a fringed prayer shawl or a talit. Tefillin, which are small leather boxes tied to the arm and forehead, may also be worn, symbolizing a sign of love and remembrance of God's commandments. Jews typically gather for prayer in synagogues, and prayers said as part of a congregation are more readily heard on high. Yet it is important to note that Jewish prayer can happen virtually anywhere in the world. On Shabbat, the Sabbath, and Jewish holidays, prayers are longer, more joyful, and often include special melodies, Torah readings, and additional liturgy. The Friday night Kabbalat Shabbat service welcomes the Sabbath with singing and psalms, creating a sense of peace and holiness. To pray in Judaism is to enter a rhythm that spans centuries, a way of honoring God, remembering the past, and shaping the future. Whether in a synagogue or standing quietly at home, Jewish prayer invites them to listen, speak, and reflect, with tradition as their guide and community as their strength. Next up, we have the religion Hinduism, where prayer is a colorful, symbolic, and often deeply personal ritual. Hindu prayers can vary widely depending on the deity, occasion, and personal preferences, but a typical prayer session might include the following. Step 1. An invocation, or dhyana, which is meditating to the deity. Step 2 is the offering, or the upachara, which may consist of offers of flowers, fruits, water, or sweets to the deity. Step 3 would normally include chanting mantras. Step 4 is called arati. This involves waving a small lamp in a circular motion in front of the deity as a gesture of respect and devotion. This is usually accompanied by the ringing of bells or gongs. Step 5 would include the prarthana, a part where the Hindu can express their wishes, seek guidance, or simply offer their devotion to the deity. After this, some continue to meditate or chant the deity's name or mantra using malas, which are Hindu prayer beads. Usually the prayer is ended by a final bow called the pranam. Chanting mantras and sacred phrases in Sanskrit helps focus the mind and connect the worshipper to the divine. The ritual prayer of puja involves offering light, incense, flowers, and food to deities. Puja is not a mandatory practice in Hinduism. It may be a routine daily for some Hindus, a periodic ritual for some, and rare for others. In some temples, various pujas may be performed daily at various times of the day, and in other temples, they may only be for an event. Although temples are important places for prayer, many families arrange altars in their homes. Prayer in Hinduism is more than just words. It's sound, scent, movement, and intention. A full-body experience of devotion and reverence. Another common religion in the world we are going to talk about today is Buddhism, where prayer is often very inward. It's about cultivating peace, compassion, and clarity of mind. Buddhists, like Hindus, may also use the ritual prayer of puja in their practice, although chanting sacred Buddha texts called sutras and tantras, bowing, or meditating in silence are more common forms of prayer. The sutras are the most important texts of the religion. They contain the teachings of Buddha itself and are considered the ultimate truth. The sutras are written in Pali, Sanskrit, and other ancient languages, and have been passed down from generation to generation for over 2,500 years. The Tantras are another category of sacred texts. They are associated with esoteric and tantric practices, which are intended to deepen understanding and cultivate spiritual qualities. The Tantras teach advanced methods of meditation, visualization, and rituals. By studying and speaking these sacred texts, Buddhists continue to deepen their understanding of the nature of reality and cultivate the spiritual qualities essential for enlightenment through prayer. Prayer here is less about speaking to a divine being and more about aligning with wisdom, mindfulness, and awakening. Lastly, in today's video, we have Sikhism, a monotheistic religion founded in the late 15th century in the Punjab region of South Asia. Prayer is sung, spoken, and lived. Prayer in Sikhism is both spiritual practice and a way of living mindfully in connection with God. Shoes are removed and cleanliness is observed. Sikhs pray with reverence, usually sitting cross-legged with covered heads, facing the Guru Granth Sahib. It includes daily recitations, meditation, and singing hymns, known as kirtan, both individually and in congregation. A daily meditative prayer from the scripture in the religion is called nitnam. It is encouraged to do on a schedule of morning, evening, and before sleeping. One of the most important forms of prayer in Sikhism is the Simran, the repetition of God's name, often Waheguru, which means wonderful enlightener. Sikhs gather in gurdwaras, their places of worship, to listen to or sing kirtan from the Guru Granth Sahib. These hymns are performed in traditional musical patterns and express devotion, wisdom, and moral guidance. Prayer is not limited to ritual moments. It extends into daily living, work, and service. To pray in Sikhism is to remember and honor Waheguru, to live truthfully, to serve selflessly, and to sing or meditate on the words of the Gurus. It's a blend of devotion, discipline, and community spirit, aiming to bring the soul closer to divine wisdom. And that wraps up our deep dive into how different major religions around the world pray, from sacred rituals to heartfelt traditions that span continents and centuries. If you learned something new today, or simply appreciated the beauty of spiritual diversity, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps support the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to Respect Religion for more content like this. Next week, we'll be exploring 10 unique and uncommon ways that lesser-known religions pray. You won't want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay respectful, and stay blessed. We'll see you next time.